So, it's down to a small group led by you and a small group led by me. If you wish us to attend, then by all means, make it interesting. I can't compete with your social abilities, and you're no match for my intellect.
So, you're that smart?
Yes. Have you ever heard of Hybels, Rick Warren, John Maxwell? Amateurs.
Really? Then I challenge you to think about whether or not you should lead your own small group.
For the next 12 weeks? To the glory of God? Very well, I accept.
Good. Then pour the grape juice.
Have we any bread?
We had communion last week. Shall we share the common cup?
Are you kidding? I'm a germaphobe. I brought my own.
Read this, but do not yet sign on a dotted line.
What is this? It's a paper.
The paper in front of you is odorless, tasteless, and the ink will smear if you touch it to your tongue. Whose small group will grow this church?
It's simple. All I have to deduce is whether the church would grow. Are you the type of small group leader who would cause this church to grow? Or am I the type of small group leader who would cause the church to grow? Now, a clever small group leader would be able to grow the church on his own creativity. You are not a clever man, so I could clearly not choose the small group led by you. But you must have known I knew that you were not clever. You would have counted on it. And as I am not overly creative myself, so I can clearly not choose the small group led by me.
You've made your decision then?
Not remotely. Because small groups are more than just creativity, as everyone knows. And the church is entirely peopled with sinners, and sinners are not used to being effective in ministry. You are a great sinner, so I can clearly not choose a small group led by you.
Truly, you have a dizzying intellect.
Wait till I get going! Where was I?
The church.
Yes, the church. And you must have suspected that I would have looked at the small group directory and realized that all the leaders are sinners, as I am a sinner, so I can clearly not choose the small group led by me.
You're just stalling. Until after the small group season begins. It won't work.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you? You've recruited my workman giant that works alongside me, so you must have been exceptionally welcoming. So you would have made me think that your group was welcoming enough for me, so I can clearly not choose the small group led by you. But you've also recruited my Spaniard cousin, which means you must be multicultural, and not even my family wants to visit for Thanksgiving, so I can clearly not choose the small group led by me.
You're trying to trick me into giving you an excuse to not be a small group leader. It won't work.
It has worked. You've given me ample reason to stay away. I know who the good small group leader is.
Then make your choice.
I will, and I choose. What in the world can that be?
What? Where? I don't see anything.
Well, I could have sworn that I've seen something between Pastor Randy's eyes.
You noticed that too?
I have, and it bothers me.
Maybe if you start a small group, he'll listen to you and do something about that.
Really? You think so?
Probably not.
That's what I thought.
What's so funny?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Listen, I can't force you to form a small group.
You only think I wouldn't want to be forced into a small group. That's what's so funny. I signed a paper while your back was turned. I actually want to have my own small group. I can pour my own personality into it and recruit people who aren't already in another small group to attend, where we can have fresh ground Colombian coffee, and we can discuss the Bible and pray together. We'll discuss the virgin birth and how it was in all human ways absolutely and utterly inconceivable. You've just allowed me to do what I've always wanted. Well, the first is to figure out what exactly that is between Pastor Randy's eyes, but the second, and only slightly less well known, is this. Never let anyone form a small group with my idea.
Are you okay?
And to think all this time you wanted him to become a small group leader.
Yes, we both needed to be small group leaders, and we need many more. Hopefully, they don't all pass out with joy when they too are allowed to start their own small groups. Enough talk. It's on to the fire swamp.